The UK is set to leave the EU next Friday, with Gibraltar required to put its own legislation in place before then to ensure the UK is compliant with its obligations. The Withdrawal Agreement, the EEA-EFTA Separation Agreement, and the Swiss Citizens' Rights Agreement will be provisionally applied as from that moment. Although the bill is modelled on the UK's, the local legislation allows for an extension to the transition period, with the UK's proposed legislation not to extend it, not reproduced within it. There are other differences to the UK's Act.
These can be grouped in the following way. The first is where the subject matter in the UK is not relevant to Gibraltar. The second, where the difference reflects our constitutional position. The third, where we have decided to proceed differently as a matter of policy. The fourth, we have followed the practice set by our own European Union Withdrawal Act. Fifthly, and importantly, where the government has taken the approach of maximum flexibility in the light of what may come our way, coupled with the need to move quickly. In that respect, it should be noted that there are some matters that may be superseded by a future relationship, and there could be a need to ensure that we provide for these properly within an already tight timetable.
Although everything seems set for the UK to leave with a deal, presenting the bill, the Deputy Chief Minister made clear no deal preparations continue to ensure Gibraltar's ready for any eventuality. He added Gibraltar will enjoy an orderly departure as a result of the Gibraltar Protocol to the Withdrawal Agreement, with the framework of the 4 Memoranda of Understanding which hang from it. The bill does not deal with the International Tax Treaty, negotiated between Gibraltar and Spain at the same time as the exit package. This is to be implemented through a separate piece of legislation in the future. Pledging his support on the general principle of the bill, GST opposition leader Keith Osabardi said this did not mean abandoning their view that the tax treaty was harmful to Gibraltar or that the MOUs were a wasted opportunity as a better deal could have been secured. He gave as examples the references to fraud and smuggling, which he said had been accepted by the government, and that it gave frontier workers permanent rights with nothing in return. He claimed Gibraltar's voice had not been properly heard in the process and that the ROC had not been given the prominence of Northern Ireland. One of his main concerns was that he believed that, unlike the UK Act, the bill gives too much power to ministers to make regulations and bypass Parliament. A government majority, he said, should not be an excuse to circumvent parliamentary scrutiny and debate. The Chief Minister, who spoke after Together Gibraltar leader Marlene Hassan Naon had pledged her support, said this power would disappear with the process, and also agreed to discuss Mr. Osabardi's call for the regulations to be time-limited.